Alrighty guys, and welcome back to another LEGO Dimensions vehicle showcase from BrickByBrick. And today we have the one and only Swooping Evil from the Tina Goldstein Fun Pack. And this is a interesting vehicle in the fact that it is actually a playable character, because it is kind of like a creature. So that's interesting. I think that it looks pretty good. I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to look like 100%, but I think that it does do a good job of looking like an animal with this section kind of looks like a skull, though. But I think that it looks still good. And you can kind of get some expressiveness out of that, because you can also move this back section too. And in addition, you can turn that on the on this piece, because it is one of the rounded 1x1s with the bar. And you can kind of move the wings up and down too, but that's not really intentional because they're only attached by one stud. But it's best to push them all the way down. You have that one stud in the center. The legs, which can move side to side because of the whole bar, that bar thing, but not much, limited range of motion there. And then on the back you have these green pieces, which not quite sure what that's supposed to be, but you can hinge it back and forth on a little base with this piece here. It's got a finger hinge kind of thing. So I think that this looks pretty cool, and I really like the fact that it's a playable character, so that's something cool about it. But there is something that kind of damages the next two builds, which we'll talk about in a second. Alright, so build 2 of the Swooping Evil is called the Brutal Bloom, and unlike the last version of the Swooping Evil, this one isn't a playable character. You ride this, but the way a character rides it is pretty funny, because they their head goes in there and their legs are sticking out, so it would look something kind of like that, assuming Pixel were riding it. But it is supposed to be like a plant that eats things, I guess, so you kind of can recreate that motion. It is very fragile and not intended to do that, but it's nice that that possibility exists. You can, on the stand, rotate it around and move it back and forth, but that's really just moving the whole plant, not like part of it. So, because this is basically just a plant on a base. I like the way that the bottom section looks, the little stem. I like how they changed the stem and the actual plants, they're different colors. Nice color coordination there. And all in all, I think that it is a decent looking build, and the way that, the way it acts in the game, I think is really funny, and I really like that aspect. You can also move the flower like that separately if you want to. So, you can do what you like with it. But yeah, I think that that is a good build. I'm interested to see what the third one turns out like, and if it's a playable character. Alright, so the third build is the Crawling Creeper, which is a little bit of a weird name. I'd call it maybe the Creeping Crawler or something like that, but I guess that works. I actually really like this build. I think that this looks pretty cool. You got the tail here section, because this is kind of like an insect. I like the antenna quite a bit, and that face looks really nice. And it also has legs that can move up and down, and you can kind of move them backwards and forwards, which is pretty cool. And I think that that looks really good. The center section's a little weak, but I think for the most part this looks like another awesome, fantastic beast, like the Swooping Evil. So I'd say that my least favorite of the three is the Brutal Bloom, but this, the Swooping Evil I think is still #1, but this one looks pretty darn cool. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this LEGO Dimensions vehicle showcase. Obviously the back is a little plain, and that thing sticking out is a little weird, but maybe you could view it as a stinger or something. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all later. Bye everyone. Stay tuned for more Dimensions vehicle showcases potentially. If you guys would be interested in seeing that, let me know in the comment section below.